it's me again. Yeah, still doing it, getting really great messages from these new cards, feeling really connected lately, and I appreciate you being here, letting your energy. I hope that you will join my collective if this resonates for you. I'm new. Maybe push a button for me. Say hello. I'd love that. I'm doing this a lot for me, but I'm obviously doing it for others as well. And I've been pushed to do this by spirit, like in multiple ways. So I'm just going to keep doing it. It's doing a lot for me. I'm loving it. So I hope someone else can get some stuff out of it as well. I already shuffled the decks and asked for guidance from my guides and your guides. And let us begin. Let me get 3 for the top row, please. Let's do the top row here. Past energy, please. Past, oh, there's one. Again? Oh, no, this is a different one. Gonna look like similar. This is Judgment. A lot of people are under judgment right now. 5 of Cups. Again, that came up in the last reading as well. Thank you. Oh, and the Lovers also. So maybe this could be related to the last reading. If it resonates, check it out. Check out the last reading, because it wouldn't be that weird for it to jive. Yeah, I mean, you're doing some judgment here. You and spirit are pulling judgment on some people, and they can't all stay. Because this is your new soul family. Maybe some of the old ones can't come. Maybe none of them can come. But this is about, I mean, what Spirit's been telling me lately is like, it's a gratitude card. It's like looking at what you have versus what you've lost. So, you know, you're doing this judgment thing for a reason. These people didn't treat you right, didn't value you properly, didn't show you your worth when they could have, didn't back you sometimes when they could have. Yeah, they were there for you in some ways, right? A lot of ways maybe for a long time, but people change. And so do relationships. This is all coming from spirit, okay? People change, and sometimes you got to let them go and call justice. I mean, this isn't justice, this is judgment. So it's like it can be a harsh judgment, but I really felt from the beginning that it was you and spirit. So it's like spirit's working with you to judge these relationships. It's not just you. And they could be getting karma. As I keep hearing that in other readings, I don't know if that's true, but I mean, that's what they say. If you're a starseed and people have fucked with you your whole life and now you're coming out of it, like they're getting payback. I don't do revenge, so I don't really, but I wouldn't mind if some people learned a couple lessons. I wouldn't mind that. And then this is being grateful for the deep relationships that you have. These were deep relationships, so you could be losing some and being really upset about it. Long-term friendships, lovers, partner, long-term partners, and maybe things just weren't right somehow, or they used to be and they're not anymore, or something. Spirit's with you, helping you, though. I really feel that. That's crazy. And yeah, it is time to be the judge. You don't have to be that way forever. Maybe you're feeling like, am I ever going to get over this? Am I ever going to stop being irritated and mad at them? Like, they didn't know any better. I took it forever and I didn't say anything, or maybe I did, but I blew it off, or, you let them get away with it that long, whatever it is, right? So you can't totally hold it against them, but at the same time, it's hurtful when you realize, like, people haven't been treating you right, and now you have and this is what the last reading was about, having a whole new set of rules to judge everyone by or vet them into your life, And so I'm seeing this as kind of a continuation of that. It's like a reinforcement that, it's not just you doing it, it's you and spirit doing it. Spirit's led you to this, right? Your inner work has led you this way. Yeah, I like that message. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Okay, not nowhere. Thanks. Okay. Let's get 3 in the middle here. 3 present cards, please. Thank you. Oh, these again, huh? Oh, okay, wait. You saw me shuffle like this whole deck, right? Okay, because these are in the same position but reversed in the last reading. I swear, I went through the whole deck. You saw me. Okay, I don't know. All right. I'm just here to help. One more, please. Don't get silly. Why am I collective silly and fun? I always feel goofy when I start doing this. One more, please. Okay, I see this one. Thank you. All right, that was funny because I was on the bottom last time. Here's that queen again. So that's interesting because this is almost identical to the present row of the last reading, but it was Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, but it's kind of the same thing. It's like you have everything right now. You're moving in your truth. You're doing this thing, whatever it is, in your authenticity, in your creativity, right? All this work has pushed you into a new something, right? That you're doing probably on your own. It follows along with your truth, what you're learning up here, right? But also, like, you are in a good position, like financially, or your life is pretty stable, or things are cool. And these 2 things are very happening for you, very forefront. You're excited. You're working on something. You're doing something. You're starting something. You've got this new truth. You're aligning with that, right? And this coming underneath, it's like you have what you need. And this is a card of independence too. 9. That's my lucky number, by the way. 9. And the Lovers. These are strong relationships, but they may not give you what you need. You don't really need much. It looks like you got everything you need. It might be sad if you have to leave these relationships, but they might not do what they need to do for you anymore. You know what I mean? Let's get the 3rd row. Feel spirit here with me. Here's 3. The Tower underneath. We'll look at that in a minute. 3 of Swords. The Sun. 7 of Wands. Okay. This is a card of heartache. Yeah, doing this judgment on people or cutting them out or whatever's going on. I mean, it causes, of course it hurts, right? It hurts you. It probably could hurt them. I mean, you don't want to, but you've got, got a new criteria. And it's coming out in the open. Oh, your truth is coming out. Maybe you've been quiet about it so far. But then maybe part of your project is speaking out. Saying what you need to say, putting it out in the open. Like a tarot channel, maybe. You can talk about your story with people. Or a healing channel. Or a blog. Or something where you're like putting it out there. Maybe you're not like calling people out that way, but you're like, look, here's what I've been going through. Here's the heartache I've been working on, because it could be helpful. But this is Sun. Everything's out in the open. Everything's happy crappy, right? Look how happy he's just, woo. And then 7 of Wands is like a defensive energy, but from the top. Like you're above these people, but you're having to like defend yourself a little bit to keep yourself up there. So again, with this friend looking at it this way, it's like you may have to defend your judgments of people when it comes out, or when they find out how hurt you are, or I feel like there's like a separation. Like you're doing your thing presently. These things feel like they're outside of it, kind of. Trippy. Because to me, the sun really looks like illumination. So it could be they don't even know what you're doing yet, but it will be seen. And your truth will be heard, is what I hear. Huh. It's kind of what this is, I guess. But that's more of a heartache card, but you may share your... Because swords can be talking, right? Ideas. You may share your experience in some way and illuminate all this truth that you've been figuring out. And maybe you have to defend some of it. Oh, it's interesting. Okay, what's over here? The Tower, the Star, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, again, this is a big deal. Whatever's going on here. It's a tower. It shakes tower shakes things up, but then it frees you. Right? To be your authentic self. This is about knowing your worth, and this is about being stuck in your head. Okay, you got to be strong about it, the hurt part of it, and stay. These are major arcana, okay, but the hurt parts are not. So it's like your power is in your truth, in the work you've been doing, in your star quality, in the shakeup even. People get shook up, good. You know, maybe they'll learn not to mess with you. They'll learn your truth eventually, they will, I guess. That's what kind of it's saying. All right, let's get another layer here so we can figure out some more stuff here. I'm trying to get to 100 readings by my birthday because I've only been on here like a month or two. So I'm not even sure when I started, but my goal is to get to like maybe on my birthday, I can post my 100th video and that'd be neat. It's coming up in a couple weeks. Are you Aquarius? Who else is an Aquarius around here? There's one. I feel like this one's falling off as well. Temptation, Tower again. That's funny. 2 towers. Well, one over there anyway. Temptation is like the devil. 10 of Earth. Was that one? Yes. 10 of Pentacles, which we got last time. And 5 of So weird that we were getting like these same cards. I mean, there's a whole full deck here of 78 cards. I pull 8 of them and then the same as yesterday. It's pretty weird. Okay. Start with this here. We'll come back. Yeah, didn't I say 10 of Pentacles was here in the last reading? So here it is. You're doing really well. Even if it is a tower for people. Five of Airs, normally like 5 of Swords. It was in the same position yesterday. That just trips me out, dude. The Apple. It's got a heart. Oh, the apple has a heart bitten out of it in the shape of flowers. Okay. What's her deal here? Just a pretty girl. Resting with wings. Everyone has wings in this deck, I swear. Oh. Temptation. Okay, but the devil card, yeah, is mostly about like things that may hold you back. Okay, bad habits, habits of thought even. It can be other people, but it's usually shadow stuff, right? You may feel like this judgment you're having to make on people is holding you back, and the fact that it's such a tower, it's such a big deal to you and them, kind of. But again, a reminder to like look at what you have, what you're gaining versus what you've lost. Because you have a lot. You have a lot. And you may even have some really good relationships, I don't know. Or one, you know. And then 5 of Air is 5 of Swords. We had that in the last reading too. It's like normally it's like a conflict or a pain, but this one is like she's balancing above the fray. Like she's got a teeny teeny tiny little string she's balancing on, and all these doves or whatever are moving around her, and she's totally steady. So it's like, don't let, you know what I'm hearing? Don't let their intentional misunderstanding of you throw you off. That's what I'm hearing. That's funny. Are they intentionally misunderstanding you? Are they playing along and just telling you what you want to hear? I don't know. Don't let their bullshit throw you off, though, basically. If they throw a fit about what you have to do or how good you're doing, or this again, this little, there's a little defensiveness here, a little trickiness. But it's like temptation, judgment, tower. Yeah. But, you're well on your way here. Let's get 4 more. What comes under temptation here, please? What comes under the devil? What comes under temptation? Please? Hello? Can I get 4 for the bottom, please? There's 2. 3. 1 more? I think that's 3. Yeah. Can I get 1 more for the bottom? Oh, it's 2, but I'm just going to take 1. Okay. 7 of earth, 7 of pentacles, 10 of air underneath, 10 of swords. Okay, usually that's pain. But it's like blowing the swords into feathers. Blowing it away. Interesting. Let's see. 7 of earth, so 7, 7 again. That's trippy. Oh, I love this one. Messenger of fire. Got that yesterday. Messenger of fire and messenger of earth. Those are like knights. Ace of fire. Oh my gosh, that's Ace of Wands again. Wow. And then 7 of earth, 7 of pentacles. Isn't that the one where you're working and you're waiting for things to come to fruition? It's like a waiting card, kind of. Here he's looking at a fairy, a little tiny fairy. If you can see that. Well, let me stare at this for a sec here. I love this, though. Speaking of authenticity, this is like ultimate, I feel. That's what did I say yesterday? You like my hat? Yes, it's got candles, and I'll set them on fire, too. Because I'm beautiful and dangerous and creative. But messenger, okay. And messenger, that's trippy. Because usually the knight isn't a messenger, but a knight, okay, a knight usually is it's a way of moving. So let me stare at this for a second. And this heartache card, though. Maybe you're going to get some messages from 2 people that upset you or that you're in the outs with, maybe. Someone that you judged, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of what I'm seeing. Or if these are just, if we look at them just like knights, it's a way you're working. Maybe you're trying to balance your energy, your creative energy with your earthly energy, practical energy, because there are a lot of towers going on. There's a lot of stuff going on up here that maybe you're trying to just like balance it out. Still keeping your flair, right? But maybe like I don't know, making better plans or making a schedule or, you know, steps to what you have to do or, you know, what day you're going to do what on your little projects or whatever. Maybe you're journaling about this stuff and trying to just kind of work it out. But again, Ace of Fire, Ace of Wands. This fire's burning, man. You're doing it. You're doing it, whatever it is. Yeah, these could be people that you judged in the past. It could be related since there's two of them. It could be two people that you fell out with or judged, blew your horn at, and maybe they walked away or you walked away or you haven't talked to them, but you're busy with your stuff is what I see. That happened in the past and now you're working on your stuff. You're working on, you know, that's on your mind. That stuff is on your mind, but you're doing so well that you try not to let it bother you. But I think it bothers you a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it has to, right? These aren't little cards up here. These are big cards. Okay. So, yeah. Especially with this broken heart here, it could be these people come back and want to talk to you soon or in the future. I don't know how soon, actually. And then that's what I said. The truth comes out. Maybe you have to lay it all out again. Or maybe you haven't had the talk with some people and talk to them about your new truth and this new stuff you're doing, right? But it's so good. Whatever you're doing is fucking awesome and working really well for you, I feel. That's what it says here. And then 7 of Earth. 7, 7. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is like a waiting vibe. It's like you planted the seeds and now you're waiting for the fruition to come. So maybe what you're doing is something really special and people don't get it. And maybe it hasn't quite gotten to the place where you want it yet, right? And so people definitely don't get it if you're not, quote, quote, unsuccessful or whatever they think you should be about it. Whatever. People always think certain weird things. 10 of air. 2 of air. 7 of air. All air. I haven't seen this one. Yeah, instead of swords, they use birds and feathers. It's just kind of neat. So let me look here. The 2 has to do with maybe not seeing a way forward, and the 7 is kind of like secrecy or shady behavior, keeping things secret. You might not be telling people just how hurt you are about this stuff. You know, whatever you put judgment on, I mean, you've been wronged somehow. And you might not be showing just how much it's fucking with you, how much it's upsetting you, how much it's really... I mean, this is a strong connection. Again, if this is like a long-term friend, you know, a partner, it's like, it's not a small deal. It's a big deal. And maybe you're not talking to them or something, and maybe they don't see like just how upset you are or how much this is bugging you, or maybe you don't see how much it's bugging them. Or you don't see a way forward. You're not sure how this is going to end up. But you're doing your thing and you're doing a good job. Just don't get stuck in your head is what I'm hearing. Like, don't get too stuck in your head. It's hard not to, but like, you know, do your meditation stuff. I find journaling helps me just kind of purge whatever I keep thinking about over and over, especially if it's like, you know, something gnawing at me. I'm also learning how to overcome situations that are unresolved. That's a tricky one. Sometimes you just need closure or whatever, but like sometimes you don't get it, right? And you have to just be okay without them. You know, like when I broke up with my dad 12 years ago, whatever it was. The final one. It's like, I spent a couple years being like, why can't he love me? Like, why does it always have to be this kind of shit? And then when I realized he could never be the father I needed him to be, or even a decent person half the time. I had to accept that without going to him with it. I had to leave him alone because he had left me alone most of my life, and I just had to stop trying to get him to be my dad, you know? It wasn't working anyway. It just made me feel like shit all the time. So I sat back and I was like, well, if he wants to come to me, he can come to me. And I knew he wouldn't, and he hasn't. So I had to get over that relationship being something I thought it was that it wasn't. And that is a loving paternal relationship, you know? Anyway, sorry about that. I guess Spirit wanted me to share a little bit. Okay, let's get 4 cards for advice here. 4 advice cards, please, on this situation. Wish Upon a Star came up in the last reading. Uncharted Sea also. Was that 2? I think it's 2. Yep. Time Machine. Oh, there's 3. Shit. Time Machine. Tender Embrace. Time Machine. I'll put this on the bottom. Bearing Fruit. In Perfect Harmony. I see a thing here about manifestation and divine timing is what I'm feeling. Let me just spread these out evenly and see where they land. I've never seen anybody do it this way. I don't know why I do it this way. Like, this is just the spread that Spirit has me do. I don't know. That's how I've always done it. Or recently. Wish Upon a Star. Manifestation, getting what you desire, getting what you need. You know you have to stand up for yourself and call some people out. Even if it's hard, you know. Watch out for those things that hold you back. Don't get so stuck on them or what happened that you can't move forward, right? To your manifestations. You're manifesting. So you know, if you're a manifester, and I think you are, like, you know the attitudes that hold back your manifestation. That doesn't make it easy to change, but, like, you know, there's ways, like meditation, again, writing. Sometimes I feel like journaling is just talking myself into things. Talking myself out of being depressed and into being excited, you know? Uncharted Sea, again, this is a whole new thing. Of course, it's scary and hard, right? It's a whole new thing. You've never done this before. Maybe with some people, but the people that you're doing it now, it's like, it's kind of hard, right? Because you've never done this before. So of course it's a tower. It's a tower for you and it's a tower for them, right? Shake up. It's funny, now I'm kind of seeing how the tower and this messenger of earth, someone that you told your truth to, that, or maybe started to, or something. You called them out on something and it was a tower for them, for sure. But then temptation and this one. This might be someone you thought was all good, like you had the talk. I don't know what that temptation card's about. You may have had the talk, and yet maybe they deal with addiction. Maybe they have addiction problems. They have their own shadow, or they don't want to work in their shadow or something. This person's a very creative person. This person's a more practical person, but still, you know. Anyway, I feel like these are the 2 people in this card here that you had to call out, and they'll be coming back around to try to fix it or make up or something, because they're hurting from that, or you are. Tender Embrace. Okay, was I talking about making up? It's Uncharted Sea, Tender Embrace, Time Machine. Tender Embrace, but you have everything. Tender embrace from the position of having everything you need. Ooh, see? So you can make up with them, but you're not coming from a needy position. You don't need anything from them now. Maybe at one time you did, you know? And maybe they still look at you as someone who needs them, but you don't. You have a secure home life, it looks like. You have your projects going on. You're secure in your truth. You're working on your little project that you're really happy about. I mean, I don't think it's a little project, actually. I think it's kind of big because there's two aces of wands that I think you're really into it. And it's, you know, it is a big deal to you. But yeah, again, they're not used to that. And maybe you're not either. And that's what's throwing you off. That's what the Tower is. It's like, I thought we would be friends forever. I thought I really needed you in my life to be a whole person. I thought your friendship defined me a little bit. Like being friend, like sometimes, I don't know if you have friends like this, but sometimes you have a friend who's like so awesome or so caring or so something, or they just really get you, you know, or you think they do, or they used to. And I don't know, when you're like me, a weirdo starseed kind of person, it's like not everybody gets you. And so when I meet someone who kind of gets me, I'm all in, right? I'm like, yay, someone gets me, we can be best friends, you know, kind of thing. And so, yeah, I kind of have that attitude about people. It's like, yeah, but they get me, they understand me. And then I realized they didn't really. I thought they did. And maybe they did at one time, but not as much as I need. How's that? They didn't understand me as much as I needed. But enough to where I put a lot of value on their friendship, to where I put my value. I'm like, well, when I got down on myself, because I'm, you know, depressive, I have been for a long time. When I would get really down on myself, I would think about their friendship, and I would be like, yeah, but I can't be that bad if these two amazing people can be friends with me and like best friends. So when I came to a point where I thought I had to let go of them, it was like a sock in the gut. When I saw the pattern that I put myself in with them, that was just like my dad, which really freaked me out. When I saw it, I could not unsee it. Like, they didn't treat me as well as I thought they did. There were a lot of times where they really didn't value me and stand up for me when I needed it. There were also a lot of times they were there for me, of course. But yeah, the idea that I needed them for my value is what I'm getting at. That, and I didn't know that. I didn't know I had that idea until I was healing it. It's like I thought they were an integral part of who I am. And when they stopped being there, or and when I saw them not participating in my life really at a level that I find acceptable for a close friend, I just, I don't know. And then I saw everything from before. I just saw it all differently. And yeah, it's new. And yeah, I would give them a hug and I will get to a forgiving place, but I don't need them. I don't need them. Time machine. What did I say? Divine timing. It's like you're walking into the time machine, huh? And this is kind of some conflict down here, shading it. No, this is waiting. Waiting. Defending. And maybe a little getting thrown off, right? By the timing. See? Yeah, this is the waiting card, and here's the time machine, divine timing. You know, your project's going, but maybe it's not going as quickly as you wanted it to, but I feel like this is coming up in a lot of people's readings now. It's like, you needed that time. We needed that time to sort yourself out and do your shift. It's a big shift, and it can't happen overnight, right? So yeah, we're waiting. We're like, I've been working on this. I really am into it. And it'll come with time. I also see with this time machine card kind of going to the past, right? With these relationships and reflecting a lot maybe in the past, which is okay. Okay, but remember the good and the bad. It's okay. Tender embrace, forgiveness. I'm seeing forgiveness here. Maybe what went down was hurtful. It hurt. And it's taken a while to come around to a place of forgiveness. And that's, I mean, again, uncharted. See, we've never been here before, right? We're manifesting something totally new. And we don't necessarily know what that's going to look like, do we? No, we have to trust spirit. We have to trust that what we're doing is right because we know in our heart that it's right and we feel it in our body, right? We can't block our manifestations by getting too encumbered by the lack mentality of what you've lost or what you don't see yet, or that's what blocks manifestations, right? It's bearing fruit in perfect harmony, darling. I like hearing it. I don't know about you, but I can't hear it enough. Thanks for lending your energy to this reading. I'll see you in the next one.